Welcome back, everyone, to the Crypto Rain channel. I'm your host, Jay Murph, and today we're going to be talking about blockchain wars. Kind of. I mean, they're cooperative, but kind of not so much. Charles kind of threw down the gloves versus Ethereum and his solutions, which was funny. I think he had probably some frustrating things to get off his chest. We're going to look at some things. I want to look at Polkadot. I want to look at Cardano, and also another third generation blockchain that came out of nowhere that's in a very interesting position. So why don't we turn to CoinGecko? Now, funny enough that I use CoinGecko over CoinMarketCap so often, simply because this search thing comes up right away. Whenever you go to CoinGecko, you can put things in here and get to it very fast. CoinMarketCap takes a little bit to load. That drives me nuts. It didn't used to be that way. So honestly, I've been using CoinGecko a lot more for that simple reason. All right, so CoinGecko has Polkadot in the number 4 spot. Now let's just take Tether out of there. Stablecoins do not count. What's interesting and nobody really saw coming is the Binance Smart Chain coming in there right up neck and neck with Cardano and Polkadot through the BNB token. I mean, who would have even guessed, the BNB being the exchange token for Binance, that they have continued to make relevant? It is phenomenal what is going on. Now, we talked in the last number of weeks about why Cardano and Polkadot would do so well, and what's funny is Binance Smart Chain is offloading so much of that Ethereum congestion, and a lot of that is going over to Binance Smart Chain. And so you're seeing a lot of DeFi dollars being put there versus on the Ethereum chain. In fact, let's get into specifics. So this is DeFi Pulse, and the total value locked up in USD right now is $41 billion, which is gigantic. However, remember when we talked a couple weeks ago about how things would really flood to safety with Polkadot and Cardano, because Ethereum fees would get so high. What I didn't see coming is out of nowhere, somebody with a very good solution, or not a perfect solution, but a much better solution, that is taking a bunch of this value from DeFi over to the Binance Smart Chain. Oh my gosh, they're almost at 1/4 the total value locked up on the Ethereum network on the Binance Smart Chain, and most of that is since the beginning of this year. And so you were seeing BNB's token go absolutely crazy because people are buying it so that then they can get into Venus, PancakeSwap, some of these other things, and they can farm or lock up things and, use the Binance Smart Chain. Good job. CZ is total genius. Now what's funny is CZ has hit a lot of home runs. I remember when Binance was new, it was a new exchange, and there were the titans of cryptocurrency exchanges back then, and Binance came from a new start and just came and rocked their world. Within a year, they were clearly ahead of them, and they have continued to dominate the centralized finance or centralized exchange market. And what's crazy is how CZ has continued to keep the BNB coin very relevant, making a lot of different changes over the past years to really, honestly, during the down market, if I had taken all my money and put it into BNB coin, I would have done very well. And it's done very well since then. All right, if we look at BNB here, so this is not one I expected to be talking about in these big chain wars. If you were to ask me 2 months ago if there was going to be a big competitor to Polkadot or Cardano. But if you look at the price, just $41, totally 5x since 20 days ago. Yeah, it has 5x. That's amazing. Really impressive, CZ. So let's get back to the two main titans that I think will be battling it out in the long term. And my question to you is, who do you think is going to win this? Now, how are we going to know the winner? Well, the winner will be the one who, at the end of January of next year, has the highest market cap. Isn't that what we can best measure the winner by? And so by then, both of them should have their chains in operation and a lot of the projects coming on board. And that won't be the end of anything. That really will be just the first lap of many laps to come in the future. But by the end of that first lap of January, the end of January 2022, who do you think is going to be the winner? Now, I'm biased, and I think that winner is going to be Cardano. Now, I could be wrong. I'm open to that. Now, it might be unfair in my mind. I'm biased towards Cardano, and that's because I know more about it. I've been following it closely, and a lot of that is because of the availability of Charles Hoskinson, who has been very available, and he does his regular AMAs, and he gives us very good updated information, and he talks about the problems that they're solving and what's going on behind the scenes, etc. And Gavin Woods, I have to say, is a total genius, and there's nothing wrong with him. He just isn't as available to be able to hear his vision and what's going on behind the scenes, and so I just know less about exactly what's going on with Polkadot. Something that I want to solve through having this channel. I've shared this with you before if you watch my videos, but the reason I started this channel is 2.5 months ago. I was having trouble reaching some devs, and they weren't getting back to me because I was just an investor, and not like I was going to throw $200,000 at something, which they might have responded to me. But yeah, they weren't responding, and yet they were responding to people who had cryptocurrency channels with like 30 or 40,000 subscribers, and they would get back to them really fast. So I realized that really to make the best out of this cycle with my own investment, it would be helpful if I started a channel and I could try my best to add value to you guys so that it's worth your time to watch my videos. So I appreciate all of you that in the past 6 weeks have taken my channel to over 3,500 subscribers. Thank you so much, and I appreciate all the likes. Back to what we're talking about, which is DOT versus Cardano. Now, even though I think Cardano will win, I have to give Polkadot some kudos. Now, we're going to go back to when they started trading on Binance here, which is when they came out and started trading on a lot of the exchanges. And we're going to look at what they've done. So we're not going to go at the absolute low that was just there for a minute. We're going to go about right here. So it was about $3 and has gone to $30 in that time frame since August, so it has 10x'd. Why don't we step back and look at Cardano since August? Cardano, August, about that same time frame, was at 14 cents, and it's gone to 91 cents, so it has 6x'd. So I have to say, if we were going by price, it would seem that Polkadot has a better trajectory. Interesting. So we'll see if that pace continues. I mean, if you look at this, Cardano has gone absolutely parabolic here. But during that same time, some pretty good runs from DOT too. So DOT seems to have more speed and more trajectory right now. So will that continue? Now, it does seem that it's getting closer to a lot of their parachains becoming enabled and the DOT ecosystem coming together. And so you're seeing a lot of projects being prepared to be on top of the DOT ecosystem. So I do feel like there's a lot more pressure, a lot more going on there, and therefore a lot more anticipation that DOT seems to be pulling ahead. Is that what you're feeling too? With that said, Cardano, even though Charles Hoskinson is so open, what we haven't heard about is what projects specifically are building on Cardano. Maybe there's a lot more than we're aware of. And as well as, you know, there's a lot of things to be talked about that they're in negotiation. So maybe there's a lot coming behind it. But I have to say, it seems like a lot more projects are preparing to be written on Polkadot for now. So we'll see as Cardano gets closer to having smart contracts, if a lot of that momentum shifts to Cardano so that we have as much or more traction from Cardano. Otherwise, Polkadot, if we were to use price as a metric, the total price, it seems like Polkadot might win by next January. Although my money is still on Cardano. What I want to hear is, if you had to guess between the two, which would you think? And I want to know why you think it. So not just, okay, you can just put in DOT or you can put in Cardano. whatever you want, but I'd love to hear after that why you think one will win out over the other. And if you think Binance Smart Chain is going to win, or even if, yeah, like behind all these is Zilliqa, but it is trying its best, and with its great sharding technology, which is really scalable, every 600 nodes that come onto the network, it really scales and has a great ability to scale. Do you think Zilliqa is going to be actually ahead of them? Now, my money's on Cardano, but I want to hear where your money is. With that said, guys, I am not a financial investor or advisor. I am an investor myself, and so this isn't financial advice. I'm just a guy on the internet sharing with you my thoughts for my own investment dollars. Now, I will tell you, I did get some more DOT recently, and funny enough, I did it through linear finance. Now, if you get linear finance, and you can get on the Binance Smart Chain, and you can send it over there, and you can deposit it and then borrow against it 20% of what you put in there. And I took that 20% and I bought L dot with it. I felt like I had to be holding a stable, not a stable coin, but it gave me stable coins, LUSD. And I didn't want to be holding that in the stable coin. I want to be holding it in something that would appreciate much better than that. Now, I have lots of Cardano, but it was a good chance for me to get some more DOT. And because I have my monies broken down into different pools, my pool for this type of stuff is all actually allocated towards Cardano. And so it was a good chance for me to take some of my, what I feel is my riskier pool of investment, and yet still be able to put it into DOT to diversify a little bit, because though I think Cardano will win, it's always nice to bet on who you think might be second place to be first place too, in case they win. Thanks, guys, for joining us. If you like the content you're getting, love it if you subscribed and like the video, and we will see you next time.